Hey everyone, welcome to week 4 of the Jesse Smith method. It's crazy how far along we are now. Welcome back to those who have been watching, and for those that are new, feel free to take a look at my first video, uh, and then also, the other two videos. And down below in the description is a really great breakdown of what I'm doing. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. One thing I wanted to mention here was Nami's running a really awesome matching gift challenge where up to $100,000 they're matching dollar for dollar up until December 31st. So if you're considering at all about donating, between now and that time is, definitely worth considering as opposed to after. Honestly, it's just like I don't really have words for how incredible it is and where we're at currently. I didn't have any expectations when I started creating this, and the love that's been pouring in and the amount of money we raised so far has been so unbelievable. So thank you so much to all that have liked my videos, to have liked my posts, have shared my content, and have donated. So thank you. Lastly, I just want to mention if I'm still looking for story submissions and pictures, so feel free to submit anything you have. This first story comes from one of my best friends, Tristan Jones. Jesse was an anomaly. Looking back, he was the toughest kid. He was fearless. Yet at the same time, he was the most gentle and loving. My earliest memories of Jesse stretch back to hanging out and skating. We would meet in the new church parking lot. We'd use candles to wax the curbs and the bike rails. We would skate everywhere we went. We'd skate to Roosevelt Pool and back to the skate park on Milwaukee. He was always the one to try the toughest jumps. He was by far the most brave out of all of us, and that allowed us to see what was possible. For as tough as he was, he cared and loved for his friends. I remember when we went by his house, he would always provide for us. He would cook us burgers on this tiny Weber grill, offer you chips. And as our friendship grew, I clearly remember him always telling me he loved me. Something the boys and guys don't typically do, but as you hang around someone like Jesse, you could be tough but also shared love, and I became accustomed to that, and I would tell him I loved him back. At Boys Club summer camp, we shared so many good memories. He would buy and light off the biggest fireworks. We'd swim at Deep Lake, and we'd always play King of the Hill. I was one of the bigger kids, but Jesse was always one of the strongest. He would try and take down anyone. If he was thrown into the water, in no time, he'd be back right up on that raft. As clear as day, I remember the look in his eyes. He was tenacious. This look to me was him strategizing. It was one of those looks where you knew he wasn't going to give up. His strength was not just physical. We would play paintball, and where many would be afraid to get hit, as I was when I first played, he was someone who would put on 2 layers of clothes and run off in the woods and say, "Try and hit me." I remember us having epic Western style shootouts where we would walk 20 paces and turn around and shoot each other. We'd just have fun together. But he brought me out of my shell. He dared me to be brave. The last time we hung out was no different than any other time. I came over to his apartment and we walked to the store and picked up some pork rinds and Mountain Dew. I don't remember Jesse liking pork rinds. It's an interesting snack. Uh, we came back to his place and he fixed me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and we sat and ate and talked. There was nothing different. He wanted to care for his friends. Shortly after we sat down on the couch, and out of all the movies he had, for some reason we decided to watch K-Pax with Kevin Spacey. You can tell this was a while ago, but we hung out like we were teenagers again. I think for Jesse, just spending time talking was a luxury. Just being with friends and loved ones was the only activity he needed. He was always energetic and a presence to be around. He was someone you remembered for his kindness. These are the things I remember most about my good friend Jesse. Thanks so much for sharing, Tristan. Man, that story just brought back too many good memories. Besides the skating, I only skated for a short period of time, and when I did, you guys all called me Helmet Boy, um, since my parents made me gear up. But besides that, all of the stories were just too much fun. One of the things I want to talk about that Tristan brought up was Jesse's tenacity. The man was tenacious, as Tristan said. When he was like in his peak shape, like still to this day, he's like one of the last people I'd ever want to fight. He was also like an unbelievable boxer. But as Tristan mentioned, he was incredibly loving and caring, and wasn't afraid to show his emotions and be vulnerable with those he cared about. which really was a great life lesson that I received from Jesse. So thanks again, Trystian. I love you. This last one is one that I wrote, and it was a weekend away up at Boys Club camp, where we just had an absolute blast. Now I kind of forget how this trip came about. I believe we had like a friends trip planned to go to Boys Club camp and spend a long weekend, but everyone ended up having prior engagements, so Jesse and I just decided to head up there and head up north to Wisconsin, just the two of us. I remember it being like a perfect weekend. Weather was exactly what he wanted it to be in the summer. All we had was maybe a change of clothes, barely enough food to make it through the weekend, and like a tent to camp. On the trip, I remember we spent the day by the lake soaking up the sun. We like randomly chopped down this massive tree for like no good reason. I didn't even know how to operate a chainsaw. Uh, we didn't even bring like a pair of shoes. Like we were really roughing it, and ended up like falling asleep by the fire at night. And I remember nothing really that eventful happened on the trip. I just remember it being super relaxing and just having a really peaceful, easy feeling. The entire time we were there. Uh, and I was actually chatting with a close friend, reminiscing about Jesse, and we talked about how easy it was to get lost in the day with him and just truly enjoy the moment. And I think that came with a combination of, he really provided a lot of safety. You just felt calm and safe around him, knowing that he was, going to take care of you in some ways. And, you know, he was just the best person to do absolutely nothing with. And that's what me and my friend were talking about. Uh, Truly, there's like no one that comes close. If there's no expectations, and you would definitely end up having like the best time of your life. It was incredible. Um, Both the trip and those days where we'd spend time just getting lost in the moment. And I truly miss those days where we would just be hanging out and enjoying each other's company.
Love you, Jesse.
Next up, we have a song from Jesse's sister Jennica. Thank you so much, Jennica, for sharing this with us. This is a really, really amazing song. I hope you all like it as much as I did.
Jennica Nobre, May 28th, Your Gift to Me. Your gift to me is that I now feel compassion for the people all around me. And as I take them in, because of how you've been, I see them with my heart, because inside them I see you. I see gentle souls, also confused and hurting, overcomplicating, distracting, medicating, feel free. Oh, gentle soul who lost your way, you struggled so, and yet you overcame so much. You are the greatest miracle I've ever witnessed, a testament to real amazing grace. Your gift to me in your recovery was a fellow traveler and a friend, and I honor you as I continue to live my life as best I can. The days and weeks, they pass on by. I can't believe how long it's been already. Now and then I stop all of a sudden and think of you. Your legacy lives on in me and in all of us who love you. The many gifts you gave helped make us who we are today. So I wrote this song to say thank you. I love